Yeah, what up? Your boy Blew Up on here with the fifth Joker's card review, the Amazing Jeckel Brothers motherfucker. I will be reading the story for the Amazing Jeckel Brothers as best as possible. Shit's kind of long. They're getting real professional here and using big words and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And my feeble mind can barely even comprehend it, let alone say these freaking words. So I'm going to try my best for y'all, the Juggalo family. Then I'm going to read a little bit more of the booklet, talk more about it, then do the full CD review, motherfuckers. Alright. Sorry if you hear my kids in the background. Alright, let's get right to it. His glow of compassion kindles the heart like a campfire on a cold winter's eve. His embers burn eternally, spreading the flame of mercy like a warm blanket over the shoulders of a vagabond. His kindness is fueled by sympathy for human suffering, but his inferno of righteous cause incinerates creatures of sin to ash. The torch of his salvation guides wanderers in the dark abyss to freedom. Its flaring sparks float on the winds of change like soaring birds recently freed from a dreary cage. Laughter explodes forth from the essence of his being, radiating the land with childish joy. He has many names, but for now, let it be spoken like melodic music drifting through the air. He's Jake, true indeed, Jake Jeckel. And emerging from the dark carnival like phantom smoke drifting into the minds of men, they are the Amazing Jeckel Brothers. A chaotic duo of juggling masters, Jack the Sinister and Jake the Just, juggle the sins of mortal men. The price of admission to their show is a mere human soul. When death creeps round and life decays, the departed spirit will begin its journey. A vision of a candle will begin. A vision of a candle will begin to form like a distant dream, with billowing smoke rising from its eternal flame. In this thick haze, the deceased will begin to see an image of Jake and Jack Jeckel juggling red balls between themselves, each ball soaked in fresh blood and pulsating like an irritating and erotic living heart. For every sin committed in a mortal's life, another ball is added to their unearthly performance, and the harder it becomes. The deceased will witness Sinister Jack throwing Jake curves in a vile attempt to see a ball drop. For if they should fumble in their act, a pit of infinite evil shall open beneath the feet of the viewer and cast the soul into an eternity of pain and suffering. Success, on the other hand, opens the gates of Shangri-La and grants one admission into pure enlightenment and peace. Jack and Jake Jeckel rest in all of us, for they are the very fabric of our being, conscience and soul. There is no escape from their juggling act, because there is no way to escape from ourselves. Only in death will we realize this as we twist and spin to the other side. Alright, so I guess maybe I do have the good one, and maybe in the other one, Jack, well, I have Jake, I think, but in Jack, you'll have his other story talking about how he hates you and shit, and then it has the regular story there. So if maybe someone else has Jack and they want to read their story, that'd be appreciated. I do one day hope to have both copies or whatever, and like all the different colors of Malenko and this and that. That's part of the fun of being a Juggalo collector, you know, and all that fun, happy shit. Yeah, but sorry. Okay, yeah, I think I got that right. Did they mention both of them? Oh well, I only got 15 minutes here. But yeah, I really liked how they started to get more professional with the booklet here. Just all of this, you know, just the booklets themselves, like, smell so good. Because, you know, they're with Island now and, you know, had all that money and shit, blah, 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 yakety smackety. But, yeah, one really good thing I like that they said here on the immediate next page after the story is Insane Clown Posse is Shaggy Tudo, Violent J, Mikey Clark, and every real juggalo around the world. So this is where they officially said that we all make up an Insane Clown Posse, apparently. We're all wicked clowns inside of us in some way, shape, or form, you know? But then they go on to say, First and foremost, mad love to God. Thank you, God, homie. Thank you for the adventurous gift of life. Thank you for the gift that enables us to entertain. Thanks for making the world's chicks so sexy too. The titty thing was a great idea. And then they start to give all kinds of crazy love to their families, everyone that works for them, to the road warriors, the fallen homie Dan Curtis, Island and shit, Alex Abyss, Mikey Clark, special ends to ninjas that lent their amazing skills. Oh, okay, no, that ain't it. Is it over here? Okay, and then here it is. Real props go out to these ninjas. Ninjas that twist nipples and run. Ninjas that slap gorillas at the zoo, then wrestle them. And then they just go on and on here for like a whole page. It's hilarious. Then they got their hotline, you know, and a little game here to call up to see to get the Riders album, I believe it was. Yeah. Okay. But enough about that. Then they got the little comic book part there, blah, blah, blah. Some promos, and then talking about Twisted, where this is the first Joker's card that Twisted appeared on, because they were just coming out with them. You know what I'm saying? With Most Tasteless and shit. But yeah, okay. Sorry about all that. Let's just get into the review now. Try to make this as quick as possible. You know, the intro. Dude man walks into a shop trying to get his father a gift, and he seems a little like, oh, let's just get him something stupid, you know. He's trying to get him something, I guess, I don't know, but and then the guy at the shop makes him buy or gives him as a gift the amazing Jeckel brothers. And Jake Jeckel is just, you know, that little repetitive ditty that sounds just like Jack Jeckel, pretty much. But then on to Bring It On is one of the hypest intro tracks that they've ever had. I love that shit, man. First track on the CD, just, man, they're letting you know they're here to start the show, and it's just some wicked shit, real catchy tune. And I Want My Shit, it's a funny little tale of Violent J saying when he was born hundreds of years ago and he's still alive, you know, that's kind of where the play of Juggalos Will Never Die came from. So when in reality, you know, juggalos will never die. Like, there will always be juggalos. We're not just a fad, ain't gonna fade away type of shit. But anyways, and then Bitches is a track about, you know, having problems with your girlfriends. Like maybe a track you would want to listen to, or you could relate to if you've ever had issues with the opposite sex. Mainly for the juggalos there, I guess, you know, talking about bitches. But, you know, funny story about that behind ODB. Not sure if I mentioned it on my original review or not, but I don't know. Old Dirty Bastard, God rest his soul, you know, he was a major crackhead and shit, and he apparently was like wigged out and sent them like all kinds of crazy recordings and stuff, and barely got through with what they gave him for that song there, which I thought turned out pretty alright. But okay. Terrible is talking about, you know, fucked up shit that goes on in the world that everyone focuses on, but they don't do anything to really fix it, and they're more worried about other shit like Justin Bieber's haircut or some shit, you know. We got North Korea and Iran all fucking threaten nuclear attacks and shit. But we're worried about fucking Justin Bieber's haircut. But okay, I Stab People is just a funny, wicked track of Violent J talking about stabbing people. It's just funny to hear him, you know, say this kind of shit. And let me also note that Violent J really started singing, like, really good on this album, too. He, like, really came out of his shell, singing-wise. I guess he did with the older cards, too, you know what I mean? But he was just, like, really getting into it seemed, with this album. Like, with Another Love Song. Just some funny, wicked shit talking about, going through things with girls and shit like that, or stuff like he could do this for you, but he's a fucking scrubby ass motherfucking killer clown, and he's gonna, you know, probably do the other shit. Fuck what you heard, but yeah, funny track. Nonetheless, catch a little tune to sing along to. Also, Everybody Rise is a real hype track. Talking about, you know, like basically fuck the mainstream, you know, be proud of being a juggalo and shit, you know, all juggalos rise up and, you know, be heard and shit. Play With Me is a really catchy track, one of my favorite tracks of all time. For some reason, I don't know, it's something about that little melody and the beat and tempo and shit like that that really grabs a hold of me. But I really like the story too. It's a toy story, you know, but a toy of where you know, that he never got played with anymore, and he felt used and abused, and nobody wanted to play with him. You know, his owner didn't want to play with him anymore, and grew up and all that good happy shit. But you know, again, Violent J singing is like, yeah, he's really putting in work. You know, showing you he can sing. Then Jack Jeckel, the intro to Jack's side. Um, the song "Fuck the World" is basically, you know, one of the pissed off tracks when you're saying "fuck the world, fuck everything," all of that, you know. And then he inevitably says "fuck himself" and shoots himself at the end there, Violent J. So he's like, "Fuck himself for saying fuck everyone else" or something. I don't know. Think of how you want it. Then the Shaggy Show is a funny little like it's a freaking late night show. You know, Shaggy's the host, and he has Violent J and then Snoop Dogg on. You know, a lot of ninjas really hope that they do a song similar to that again in the future. Some dope shit there. Gotta love the bass on that track. The Mad Professor is a you know, wicked funny little track about Violent J creating Shaggy 2 Dope. Um, pretty dope, catchy track. You know, and who doesn't like Assassins, which is a remake of an older song, who, I'm sorry, it's slipping my mind, the original people who did that track, like the Ghetto Boys or something. I don't know, sorry, I wasn't into them, but I really like the track. It's basically very similar to the original, just with a few words switched up and different beat and shit, which is fucking hardcore. You gotta love that shit, and it's best live. And then Echo Side is a wicked track about a boy getting lost in hell and thinking he's going to get out, but he's really just, you know, trapped in hell for eternity. And that's the first time you see Twisted on there, on the Joker's card. And then Nothing's Left. Again, Violent J singing is a very touching track. Like, you know, what now? It's like, okay, I'm dead. And it's like, well, there's nothing left to do. You know, well, Violent J singing apparently about him, like, you know, completing everything he wanted to do in life, or like other people can relate to. Like, there's nothing else to do. My lifespan's up. You know, just whatever is, you know, heaven or hell, who knows. But you know, they really started getting with them touchy tracks there, like that would pass me by on the Great Malenko. You know, some of that freaking just sentimental shit or whatever. I don't know. It's something about this album, a couple tracks, just like I really get into, and it's like you feel that magic. You know what I'm saying? Just that great feeling you get. I can't describe the vibe I get when I drive by six people and five I hit. Hold on, that's an Eminem lyric. Damn, I'm gonna get called a juggaho now. My bad, y'all. I'm almost out of time, so I hope I did all right for y'all. Thanks for tuning in to my happy little review there. Don't forget to check out some of my recent videos, my other reviews, and some of my other videos too. And, you know, Google the Boy Blue 91982. Follow my Twitter, add me on MySpace, Facebook, all that good happy shit. Subscribe to my blog TV, Blog Talk Radio, and then call your mom. If there's anything else I wanted to add in here that I forgot because I'm rushing it because I'm almost out of time, I'm sorry. I will make a part 2. But yeah, please don't forget to rate and comment. Much clown love. Woo woo.